Hello again. Welcome to Pre-Algebra, Section 1-2. Hopefully you watched the video before, which is Section 1-1, that covered basically trigger words and how to turn the language of English into math language. So let's start. Order of operations. Um, how I figure out the order of operations, or also you can think about it, the order of operations is how you figure out um, which uh, which function to start with. Let's say with 5 plus 2 times 3. You figure out with the order of operations if you start with 5 plus 2 times 3, or 2 times 3, then add that number plus 5. So this demonstration will help you dramatically with how to figure out what to do. Alright, so let's start with PEMDAS. PEMDAS is basically an acronym that tells you the order of operations. So basically, PEMDAS stands for parentheses, which is P, E, which is exponent, M, which is multiplication, D, which is division, A, which is addition, and S, which means subtraction. So basically, it starts with the one that you have to start with. So let's say you have an equation like 5 plus, and then in this you do 2 times 3. So basically, let's say in this equation, you look at PEMDAS and you see that the P stands for parentheses, and because the P is the first letter of the acronym, you want to start with that. So you do 2 times 3, so that's 5 plus 6, so that's 11. So that's how basically how PEMDAS works. So basically, it's pretty easy to understand in simple terms, but once you go through the order of operations, get a little more tricky. And so to help remedy this trickiness, that order of operation, what happens when you do equations with that you need to use order of operations, I came up with this list that's also in your book, which is 1. You look at the grouping or the parentheses, and I remember this because it's first the P and the PEMDAS, and then also because In and Out, when you know the restaurant In and Out, really good burgers right there, and with the parentheses you want to start with the very most inner parenthesis and then expand in that parenthesis. So you could see, let's say I see an equation 5 plus bracket 2 plus parenthesis 5 plus 3 parenthesis bracket. That kind of got cut off. Let me rewrite that. That was pretty bad. Alright, back again. Let's say if we have 2, not working, 2 plus bracket, ooh, that's not a bracket. Oh my god, you guys must be hating me right now. Bracket 2 plus parenthesis 5, or 3 times 5 parenthesis bracket. With the in and out method, you start with the innermost thing, innermost equation, which is this guy right here, this parenthesis, and then after that you're gonna do this bracket. This bracket as a whole. So you do 3 times 5, and then add that number 15 plus 2, which is 17. So you do 2 plus 17, which would be 19. So I hope that makes sense. So you first start with the bracketing. Let me just bracketing, or the grouping. Remember the in and out method. Then you go multiply and divide left to right. So that means basically if you have a big equation, let me just change this back to normal. If you have a big equation like 5 times 2 divided by 11. I don't know what that is. It's some number. That's 10 divided by 11. So how I did that, I did 10 divided by 11 because you just go left to right. When it has multiplication and division, you just simply go left to right. But let's say I added a wrinkle into that. Let me just erase that. So basically you understand that method. This is for this right here, if you didn't understand. So multiply and divide left to right. You want to do that after you do the grouping. So theoretically this could be divided by, let's say, 5.5 times 2, which is 11, if that was in a bracket. So then let's say you had, let's make this smaller. Let's just move this over. Let's say you had 2 plus 5 divided by 3 times 2. Let's say like minus 3. What 3? What you do is that you look in there, you'd find, oh, there's no grouping, so I don't need to worry about that. But there is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So what you'd want to do right here is that you look at both this right here and this right here, because these are both multiplication and division, and you do that first, and you do that left to right. So you do 5 divided by 3, and that number multiplied by 2, and then you you do the equation like normal. So now that makes sense. In that same respect, let's say we did that equation and we got some numbers. These aren't the actual answers. Let's say we got 2 plus 3. Let's say this whole bracket right here, this was equal to 3. Minus 3. You simply just add and subtract across. So you do 2 plus 3, which is 5, minus 3, which equals to 2. So that would be the answer. So with these 3 steps, you can always do order of operations easily. So hopefully this erasing gets a little difficult. But all right. So now that we have that down, we can go to our practice area. So let's make this big again. Okay, so we're going to start with number 4. And number 4 is page 8 is 2 plus 5 times 3. So that would be 7. No, actually, I was about to do that wrong. So that's 5 times 3. So that's 5 times 3, because I want to start with the multiplication and then go addition. So that's 2. See, everyone can make mistakes. That's 2 plus 5 times 3, which is 15. So that would be 17. Perfect. Made sense. You first did multiplication, then you do the addition, because PEMDAS. Multiplication comes before addition. Number 5, same page. Number 8, 12 divided by 13, or 12 divided by 3, minus 1. Alright, so according to PEMDAS, you do 12 divided by 3 first. So you do 12 divided by 3, which is 4, minus 1, which is 3. Alright, number 7 on page 9. This is where it gets a little bit more tricky, but if you just follow PEMDAS, it's easy enough. 4 minus 1 times 2 times 2 plus 6 plus, oh my god, good lord, why aren't you working? Plus 6 divided by 3. Alright, so you'd look at this, and then you'd see, oh, there's multiplication and division in this, so I normally just times bracket it, just so I can remember what I'm doing first. So I would do 4 minus 1 times 2, which is 2, plus 6 divided by 3, which is also 2, so plus 2. Then I look at it and see, oh, there's only addition and subtraction, so I just do it across. That's 4 minus 2, which is 2, plus 2, which equals 4. Alright, so hopefully this is starting to make more sense. Last one, this is the trickiest, but I feel like, according to PEMDAS, my little grouping, or numbered list, you can get it easily. So it's 2, bracket, 13, minus 4, divided by 3, end bracket. Alright, so you look at this, and according to the in and out method, we would start with 13 minus 4. So we do 2, bracket, 13 minus 4, which is 9, divided by 3, end bracket. So then, again with PEMDAS, P, which is parentheses, which also means brackets, would be 2, bracket, 9 divided by 3, which is 3. And so that's multiplication right there. So if you see a number and then a bracket and another number, that can easily just be 6. So that's your answer. So hopefully PEMDAS is easy to you now, and now we get to move on to the other sections of the section. Alright, this is finding area of irregular polygons. So normally, to find the area of something, you just do base times height. Area of like a rectangle. You do base times height. However, there's this missing area right here. This area that's not there. So if you did base times height, you wouldn't get the right area. This area isn't there. So what you would have to do is that there's two methods to figure this out, and they're both fairly easy. Let's start with method 1. Method 1 is, I normally do this because I've been taking the SAT, and this to me sometimes is the easiest because you just kind of look at it and you kind of see what it is. So let's get some numbers on this. So you just make it into two different boxes, and then you can just do base times height. So you'd first do the green box first, and so 3 times 4, because this is the base, this base right here, that's the base, and this is the height. So I do 3 times 4, which equals to 12. And then I would want to do the yellow box, which is 2 times, and I'm thinking about it, so what number, if you kind of have to think about it in a way that you look at this number right here, and you see that's 6, and that this number right here is 3. So what number plus 3 equals to 6? And that's 3. So you do 2 times 3, because then this would become 3. You do 2 because this is the other number. So you do this number times this number. So you do 2 times 3, which equals to 6, and then you'd add these two together. Let me go back. So once you're done, you'd add these two together, and you'd get 18. But that's not the only way to figure this out. Another method would be the method of actually doing base times height, or filling in the box, and then redoing it. So, you do base times height, and you know that's 6 times 4. Oh, wrong color. That's 6 times 4, because you see these two numbers, that's the base and that's the height. You're not worried about this red section, which equals to 24. And then what you'd think about is, right now I need to subtract this red area. So then, with this red area, you do 2 times 3, which equals to 6. And so then you would subtract these two, and you'd get 18. Right. So the area of the blue area, the area of the blue shaded area is 18. So you can have two methods to find the same answer. That is all for this section. Hope you enjoyed. Come back. Hope you understood this math. Peace.